Alright, so I have actually already recorded my deck profile for the regular Orcust build. However, it has changed pretty dramatically, so I'm going to have to re-record that. As well as some gameplay, so I'll be putting that up. But this here, I just wanted to see if I could build Scrap Orcust for an XYZ only format. Now, you are seeing some weird cards like Beautiful Princess in here. So, yes, this is Scrap Orcust Kragen control. It's very weird. Alternate build-wise, I would say that probably rather than Kragen control, it would be better to play Burning Abyss if you have access to Dante and Beatrice. I don't. So what that would do is it would replace all of the fish and the double summons with Burning Abyss cards, which, obviously much more consistent. This, however, offers some unique advantages. So I'm going to go over the card by card first, and before I do, this is a proof of concept. This isn't necessarily, particularly regarding the extra deck, the best cards that could be in here. So 3 of Beautiful Princess, 3 of Maxi, Catch-Eye Eve, level 2. This is a pun, I'm not really sure how it's supposed to be pronounced. 3 of Scrap Recycler, 2 Ash Blossoms, and Ghost Bell here. Orcust Symbol Skeleton. Psychic Wielder is a card that if you have access to more than one of them, I would recommend more than one of in this deck for consistency. I only have one, however. Scrap Chimera for rank 4s. 1 Miscellaneous Source. You can play more, but I think that you would have to make a more dinosaur-focused build of it, which, again, would not need double summon. And that might be pretty interesting. So, Harpor, and then 2 of Right Hand Shark. I like the idea of also playing Left Hand Shark, just because it's a level 3 that summons itself, and you, given a certain combo, end up on just an additional Scrap Raptor that's sitting on the board. So that could be overlaid with 3 of Buzzsaw Shark, Girsu, and then 3 Scrap Raptor. So only 1 Scrap Golem here. There's no way you're summoning a second one in the same turn, like in my regular Orcust build, where I'm pretty consistently summoning 2 of them. Just 6 Kaijus with 3 7s, 3 8s is what I'm playing ratio-wise here. That could be a little bit more heavy towards 7s or a little bit more heavy towards 8s, depending on what your extra deck looks like. So Orcust Nightmare, just 1 here. 2 of World Wand, again, 2, like in regular Orcust, it's 2 World Wands, so you can summon one off of the other if you draw into it, and so you still have one in hand or in deck if you draw into one of them. Regeki, I think Regeki is actually going to be good in the XYZ format because of not having things like the Boral Dragons. Boral Savage Dragon is the one specifically. Monster Reborn, Terraforming is for getting the factory faster and more consistently. 3 of Double Summon. This allows you to do both the engines that are normal summon focused engines. 3 of Falsidig, 3 of Scrap Yard, 3 of Scrap Factory, and 3 Twin Twister. Then we've got 2 Called by the Grave, Forbidden Droplet, Mirror Force, and Judgment. Mirror Force is like the worst card in this deck. I would take this out for another Psychic Wielder if I had one. As far as the extra deck, again, this is proof of concept. It's not what's optimal. So Mannequin Cat, Acid Golem, this is just for skill drain. Fortune Tune, Bamboozling Gossip Shadow, Evil Swim Nightmare, Crazy Box, Rhapsody and Berserk, Baguska, Stealth Kragen, 2 of Kragen Spawn, Vespinato, Master of Blades, Harmonizer, Gridel, and Ding Girsu. So, a combo available in this deck if you open really well going first involves a hand of Factory, Double Summon, Scrap Raptor, Psychic Wielder, and Buzzsaw Shark. If you're going second, that can also include something like a Catch-Eye level 2 or Kaijus. basically like any combination where you have, if you have double summon in your hand's like good. But basically like any combination of that. Like, right, if you open just Buzzsaw Shark, you can just go into Kragen. If you open just the Scrap Raptor, you can do that half of the combo. But let's say that those are your opening 5 cards. Then you can go activate Scrap Factory. We're gonna normal summon Scrap Raptor, effect of Raptor. So we're gonna do Raptor Chainlink 1, Factory Chainlink 2. So we're gonna first special summon the Scrap Golem from the deck. Then with Raptor, we're adding Scrap Recycler to hand. We're going to normal summon the Scrap Recycler to the field, sending Harporer. Then we're going to activate Psychic Wielder to special summon itself and overlay it with Scrap Recycler into Bamboozling Gossip Shadow. So we're just going to put that in the extra monster zone because we can. Then, if we have double summon and away into Buzzsaw Shark, we're going to go double summon, normal summon Buzzsaw Shark. Buzzsaw Shark into Right Hand Shark into Stealth Kragen. Then we can activate the Scrap Golem to summon Scrap Raptor. And this is where Catch Eye level 2 comes in. If you have it in your hand, you can target Raptor with it, special summon, go into a rank 2, which in my case is Mannequin Cat. Mannequin Cat is pretty interesting in the XYZ only format, because if your opponent sent like a hand trap, like a Ghost Bell or an Ash Blossom, or even a Veiler or something, right? You've got targets for most things. I just said Veiler, and I don't think I have a target for Veiler. But you have targets for most things, right? That your opponent could be putting out, and then you can use those for XYZ, right? Like, so if your opponent does put an Ash in their graveyard, and you haven't called by the Gravedit, and you can go into Mannequin Cat, you can summon an Ash from your deck. You can use that for another rank 3. Sorry. Anyways, so you're gonna go Golem, summon Scrap Raptor to your field. Then we have Harporer and Grave. So we can activate Harp, special summon Girsu. Then Girsu's effect can, if you have Raptor on your field successfully, you can send Orcust Nightmare. If you don't have Raptor on your field, you can send Whirlwind. Or if you have an XYZ that requires 3, a dark XYZ specifically, it has to be a dark, that requires 3 monsters as materials, you can make it by sending Whirlwind here. So in the Whirlwind line, we're going Whirlwind to special summon Harporer. However, you can, because you're already locked, just go directly into Nightmare. Now, I said the Whirlwind line specifically in case you've also drawn the Nightmare at some point, possibly off of a Max C or something. But if not, you can send the Nightmare, boost one of your guys by 800. Don't know how much that value that really gets you. In normal Orcust, that's boosting an Appaloosa, so you'd send additional negate. But here, you can do that, send the Whirlwind. If you're going second, this is able to summon the Nightmare, so you can use it in combination with the Kaiju to go into a rank 7. But here, we're going to be using the Whirlwind to bring out Harporer. Now, you might want to go directly into the Whirlwind line, even if you've not drawn Nightmare in this build specifically, because it lets you put the Harp back, and then Harp can be banished on your next turn to summon the Nightmare directly, and use that in combination with the Kaiju. So that will have a board of then Girsu, Harp, potentially a Scrap Raptor. So that's 3 level 4s that you can have on your board potentially, depending on how the rest of your turn's gone. If you have Kragen, if you don't have Kragen, that'll end up with a different number of zones available to you on your board. But then you can go into a rank 4 So in my case, what I'm playing here is Evil Swarm Nightmare. So I would just be putting a Nightmare on the board in defense mode, using potentially Harp Horror, potentially something else. You're potentially just sending Skeleton here if you don't need the extra level 4 monster off of Girsu is what I'm saying. I would just send Nightmare though, if like I don't need an extra summon. But yeah, so that actually ends you on a board where you have Factory, Golem, Bamboozling Gossip Shadow, Evil Swarm Nightmare, and Kragen going first. And I think that sounds pretty good. That is, again, if you open that, but if you don't open that, you're still just playing essentially Kragen control, or going into Bamboozling Gossip Shadow plus Nightmare, plus maybe you've got Factory on board and Golem, right? So I'm probably just going to be playing Kragen control, but this is a deck that exists. It's very funny. Now, as far as consistency is concerned, I mean, I've got, because of the Butunifuls, I've got 6 Buzzsaw Shark, and then between Fossil Digs and Scrap Yards, I've got 9 of Raptor, and with extra copies of Fossil Dig, I can add Miscellaneous Saurus, making the Raptor immune to things like Impermanence and Effect Veiler. And then as far as Factory, I mean, I've only got 4 of these, but yeah, so the consistency is not even bad. Going second, again, you have the Kaijus, so you can use the Kaijus in combination with the Orcusts. So Nightmare being your 7, and World Wand, which summons World Wand from, if you've drawn a World Wand, you can send World Wand to special summon World Wand, so you can use that in combination with your level 8s to make rank 8s, which here is Ding Girsu. I actually have Hope Harbinger, but you're not making a rank 8 going first, so there's no point to be playing that. And again, you know, it's making rank 4s and 3s, so you've got Crazy Box and Acid Golem access versus Skill Drain. So I think the deck's interesting. So again, this was just a proof of concept, just something I wanted to put together for fun. Not actually probably the deck I'll be playing for the XYZ event. But there it is. So I do have you know, my regular Orcust deck. I'll be doing a deck profile for that, and also I have some gameplay recorded. So I don't remember if I've said that at the beginning, but I'll put that up later. So we'll see it whenever I put that up, I suppose. Remember to, you know, subscribe so you can get those whenever I put them up. I don't have a schedule, not consistent, so that'll be whenever it is. Also Twitter, I do have one of those. I'll put that in the description. You can follow me on there if you would like.